Hi, and welcome back to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I'm using one image today to create three different cards. I've got a card for a brand new stamper. I have a second card for a casual stamper at the intermediate level. And my third card is for the Avid and experienced stamper. Little something for everyone. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, I would love to encourage you to subscribe so that you don't miss when I'm live here on YouTube, as well as when I share a new video. Make sure you click that small bell icon that's next to the subscribe button so that you'll get notifications. Let's head over to the stamp table and let's get started on today's card. We're going to be starting with a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to have all the cutting dimensions down in the video description below, which will also lead you over to the supplies and the pictures. I'm going to be using this adorable strawberry image that says, "Thank you very much." This comes from a stamp set called Witty-Cisms. Isn't this cute? Numerous small images that include fun, witty sayings. The great thing I love about this stamp set, it is perfect for beginners as well as seasoned stampers because the focal points are very small, which means there's very little detail to color in, but you can still pack a lot of wow into a simple card. Make sure you hang with me to the end of the video. I have several other card samples to share with you. Since I'm going to be using the Stampin' Blends alcohol-based markers, I'm going to be using Memento water-based ink. I'm going to go ahead and ink that image up, and we're going to stamp that right here in the center. I'm choosing to color my image in using the Stampin' Blends alcohol-based markers. Like I said, I have several other samples for you. One of them uses regular markers. For my strawberry, I'm going to use the Real Red combination, and since this is a fairly small area, I'm going to go ahead and use the chiseled end of my marker. You'll see that the tips are actually designated here by the line. Just like you would with a dye-based marker, I'm going to go ahead and color in just the bottom portion of my strawberry. The great thing about the alcohol-based markers, unlike a dye-based marker, it won't leave any streaks where you repeat an area. As the alcohol begins to evaporate, you're going to have beautiful, flawless coverage. Before I do my shading, this layer of ink is going to need to evaporate since it's alcohol-based. So I'm going to work on the top, and I'm using the light Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to go ahead and color that in. That's now given me time to come in here to the bottom and use the dark to create some shading. The lines that are inside here that the artist has placed inside the image are great cheat marks. For this, I like to use the thicker end, and I'm going to place all my dark shades here on the left side. And you're going to see how I'm stretching out that color towards the bottom. Just like the first layer, that's going to need time to evaporate. So now I'm going to go to the dark Granny Apple Green. Since this area is very detailed, I'm just going to add a little bit of dark color here where those lines are. The secret to getting this beautiful blended look is to go back and blend these two areas together. So I'm going to go to the lighter shade, and this time I'm using the brush tip, and I'm going to pull the dark into the light. The great thing about the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers is you can go over this numerous times to get the look that you want. Give it time for the alcohol to evaporate to become more of its true color. I'm going to do the exact same thing now with the light Granny Apple Green, which was the first shade I put down on this leaf, and just blend these in. I'm very careful to leave areas that are a little bit lighter. I cut a piece of Granny Apple Green cardstock to create a small layer. I'm going to use my silicone craft sheet. I'm going to flip my image over, and I'm going to add adhesive on the back side. I'm going to border this, leaving about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, just a little bit of color to bring in that top of my strawberry. This is a piece of Real Red Gingham Designer Series paper, and this comes from the Regal Assorted Designer Series paper stack. These are 6x6 pre-cut, 48 sheets to a package, a wonderful value. And like most of the Stampin' Up! Designer Series papers, they are double-sided. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to use the gingham side for this, and I'm going to add adhesive around the edges here. That is going to get layered on my card base, which is Whisper White cardstock. I did score it in half right before you joined me. I'll use my bone folder for that nice crisp edge. I am going to gravitate this Designer Series paper to one side, so I'm leaving a larger margin here on the left. Then I used a scrap of Granny Apple Green cardstock. This is about 1/4 inch wide, and it measures the same length as my Designer Series paper. And even though this is very narrow, the silicone craft sheet is a wonderful accessory because any excess adhesive is going to fall here where it will not stick. This is great for liquid glue, hot glue, as well as adhesive. Now I want it right along the edge here, and I have difficulty getting things straight. So I turn the paper horizontally, and that's just a great tip for you if you have the same trouble that I do. I'm going to line up the bottom edge with the Designer Series paper, and I'm going to work my way across as close to that designer paper edge as I can, and then we'll tack that down. Remember our greeting? I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. And I'm going to use several of the Stampin' Dimensionals, which are double-sided pieces of foam tape. They're already pre-cut, which makes them really easy to use. I'm very careful to balance this because I know that it's going to be going through the mail. My Take Your Pick pickup tool has the paper piercing tool attachment, which will allow me very easily to remove those paper backings. I chose to center this in the middle of my card panel here. While this is adorable as it is, I did choose to add some white baker's twine. I'm going to border it here between the cardstock and the designer series paper. So I'm going to open up the card itself, and I'm going to leave a tail of about 6 to 8 inches here on the end. I want to make it really easy for my hand as I'm wrapping this around, and then we'll eventually make a bow. So this is going to go right here between those two areas, and I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. I've shimmied those threads over to that area. And then what I'm going to do now is I am going to make a knot first. This is very thin twine, so I want to make sure that it doesn't unravel. So I'll go ahead and place my finger here, and then I'm just going to work my ends into a single knot. You want to make sure that the bow isn't going to come undone as it's pulled in and out of the envelope. So a knot is a great way to start. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a bow. Now you can see my loops are quite uneven. So what I'm going to do is pinch or hold my knot, and I can pull on the raw end to measure up my loops to be even. Once I'm satisfied with that, I'll give it one final pull, and then we'll trim the ends. Simply because I love embellishments, I decided to add some of the frosted epoxy droplets. In the package of the frosted, you also receive the clear, and I love these because of the slight dome that they have to them. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool with that attachment again, and I'm going to pick one of the larger ones up, and I'm going to place that down here on the bottom. I've got a smaller one that I'll place here over on an angle. And then finally, I have one smaller one that will go up here in the left corner of my greeting. Nice and simple, but very attractive. Let me share the other cards that I made with you using this exact same image. This is using the Whisper White note cards and envelopes, and you can see that I stamped it directly in the center of this note card. I did use a dye-based marker for both the strawberry and for the top, so you don't have to worry about any bleeding that the alcohol markers would leave behind. The one reason I absolutely love the note cards and envelopes is because they come pre-cut and pre-scored. All you have to do is fold them and stamp on them. And they also include the envelopes. It's wonderful for quick, beautiful cards without any fuss. I consider this a great card for beginners or for those of us that love to papercraft but are short on time. This would be my intermediate card. And then I have one card here for my advanced Avid stampers. So it's the exact same stamp that I've used before. All I did was I stamped it on scrap thick Whisper White cardstock. I colored it in just as I did on this one over here, and then I cut them out with my scissors, and it was really quick and easy. I made 4 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch squares, mounted it on an additional panel. This time I actually used my dye-based marker to pick up just part of the greeting, and let me show you very quickly how I did that. I turned the stamp face up on my work surface, and with my dye-based marker I made sure that I used the thicker or the brush tip. You're going to color in simply the words that you want to highlight on your card. Once you have the greeting finished, go ahead and huff on it. Your breath will moisten the ink, which will allow it to stay damp so that you can stamp the greeting. It's a great way to pick up just a part of a sentiment on a stamp set that you already own. The bottom portion of the stamp set I didn't want to go to waste, so I stamped it right here on the inside of my card. Whether you're a beginner stamper or perhaps you just need quick note cards for a gift or to get into the mail, perhaps you're a casual or consider yourself an intermediate stamper, or you're a stamper that's been around for a long time and you want a card that packs a lot of punch. This stamp set, Witty-Cisms, is a great choice, and any of these images from the stamp set can be used to fill these areas to create beautiful cards. You'll find the Witty-Cisms stamp set in the Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you are interested in receiving complimentary copies, head over to lisastampstudio.com and click on Contact Me, and I'll be sure to include the sale brochure. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. It certainly helps, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.